I was born in the Bahamas, but I am of Jamaican descent. My parents and I moved to Brooklyn, New York when I was 7 years old. At the time, I thought it was cool to be living in America, but I had no clue of the upcoming challenges that were coming in my direction. When I was in elementary school and in middle school, I spent my summers in Lynn, and I visited my family and also attended the church that I now go to. I started to think that it would be a great idea to attend high school up here because it would allow me to have more opportunities. My mom knew that as well. In New York, it was just my small family, just me, my sister, my mom, my dad. And when I moved up to Lynn, I had the support of my aunt and uncle and 5 cousins, and also extended family. So after living in New York for 5 years, I moved to Lynn, Massachusetts. Now I was a teenager at Lynn Classical High School, and I wanted to start working so I could start making money. I began talking to my mom about possible jobs that I wanted. It was then that my mom had to break the news to me. We were here as undocumented immigrants and we cannot work legally. This was really a low point for me. I felt like I was at a standstill. I was watching all of my friends and peers get the jobs and get driver's licenses, and I couldn't do any of that. This was the start of a long and patient wait. I began to ask questions and get as much information as I can. So I eventually graduated high school, but then college was the next step. I was fully aware that I didn't have many options, but as the oldest out of all my siblings, I was determined to make a way. I applied to 2 schools and I was accepted to the New England Institute of Art, and this school was my top choice. I was happy to be in college, but I was already thinking about what I was going to do after, and I couldn't get financial aid because of my status. During college, I realized how hard my mom was working to put me through school. I was always close to her, but this experience brought us even closer. I started to work harder than ever in everything I did, and I wanted to make her proud. She risked everything to make a better life for me, and I was going to make sure that I followed through. I am now 21 years old, and with the help of my mother, family, and my church, I was able to finish college, and I now have a bachelor's degree in digital filmmaking and video production. And through Deferred Action, I was able to acquire work permits so now I could get a job in my field. I know that I'm very blessed and also very lucky, but please understand that I worked extremely hard and I prayed even harder. I was very open about my status, and I was able to hear other stories like mine. Hearing the stories about families being torn apart breaks my heart because no family deserves that. I could only imagine that experience, and that possibility is still real for my parents. So I hold them closer to my heart, and I pray for them daily. There are 11 million people that deserve the opportunity to work, to go to school, and use their talents to accomplish their goals and life aspirations. No matter what country we come from, race we represent, we are all human beings. That's why I campaign for citizenship.